What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, when Albert Pujols signed with the St. Louis Cardinals before the season started, and what is supposed to be his last season, he's been pretty adamant about it. We were expecting a farewell tour for a once great player. I mean, we expect maybe a few flashback performances, maybe 2 or 3. But that's about it. It's amazing, man, when you think about it, man. It's a team that he started with. I remember when Albert Pujols started, 2000. And when you think about that team back then, it was Pujols as a rookie. I think Jim Edmonds was on the team that year, I believe. I might be mixing my years up with some other years, but I think Jim Edmonds was on the team. That was a good Cardinals team. I believe Ray Langford might have still been there. Brian Jordan, I think, was there. Fernando Tatis was there, the father of Fernando Tatis Jr., fucking cheat. Who else was on that team? I'm just joking about the fucking cheat part. Who else was on that team? Was it Will Clark? Mark McGuire? But that was the year that he got hurt. And he was never the same player after he got hurt as far as his knee. But anyway, enough reminiscing. Albert Pujols has been simply unbelievable the last 3 weeks. Unbelievable. He had another multi-home run game last night against the Arizona Diamondbacks, all right? The Cardinals won 16-7, but the story was Albert Pujols. He hit his 691st career home run, and then later on his 692nd career home run. As a matter of fact, he barely missed connecting on 693 in the game as well. And I mean, when you look at the second half of the season, he's putting up some unbelievable numbers, man. I think in the last half of the season, Pujols has something like a .918 slugging percentage. You know, when you compare it to the fact that in Barry Bonds' last half of the season, he had a .908 slugging percentage, though Barry had a larger, amount of at-bats, though. But still, I got to tell you now, man, I've been kind of hesitating about whether or not he could catch Alex Rodriguez. But at this point, the way he's swinging the bat, and it's not even September, he may do it, man. He may do it. I don't know what's gotten into him, but he may do it, man. Now, the 700, I'm still not certain about that, but I know this. He is trying. He's a humble dude, man, but we all know he's trying. He's definitely trying to get to 700. And I'm going to tell you something else, too. Even though Pujols continues to say that he's adamant about retirement, I can't help but think that he's starting to, in his mind, starting to change his mind about that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I can't help but think that he might be sort of reconsidering things. I could be wrong. What do you guys think? I think from looking at his answers, I think he's trying to convince himself, I'm going to stay retired, man. Yes, that's what I pledged and all that, but people can change their minds. Shit, because he said something, too. He said, well, if I can't hit 70 home runs, then what's the point of coming back? True, but what that indicates is, well, if I could hit 70 home runs next year, then I could pass Bonds, then okay, then I'll come back. Because he said he's not a numbers guy. But then you say, hey, if I could hit 70, then maybe I'll come back next year. So that means, if you hit 700, 70 will put you past Bonds. So I think he's probably still going to retire after this year. But, hey, if the guy goes on a fucking tear, right, If the guy goes on a fucking tear and finishes well above 700 home runs, at that point, you kind of have to just reconsider this shit. Like, maybe I should come back. Who knows? But anyway, tell me what you guys think. You think you're going to get to 700? I'm not so sure about that one, but I do think that he's likely to creep past Alex Rodriguez.